currently on 25% with my battery, and hopefully I have enough storage to keep me going throughout this entire video. So if it cuts off, that's the reason why. So we're going to start in a crisscross position. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, dropping the left hand, reaching up with the right. Gaze is looking up at the right elbow. Feeling a nice deep side body stretch on the right. Keeping both of those hips down. Holding in here just for a little bit longer. And coming back up. And exhale, opposite side. Planting the hand or the forearm. And keeping your chest open. Noticing how the muscles in your face feel this morning. Are they tense, or can you just lighten them up a little bit? Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the eyebrows. Inhale back up. And exhale, coming forward, keeping both of those sit bones on the ground, extending the arms and the hands forward. Walking those fingertips back up. Once again, fluid movement. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left arm behind and twist. Looking over the left shoulder. Feeling your spine lengthening while keeping yourself rooted on the ground with your sit bones. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, other side. Left hand to the right knee, right arm behind, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, both arms back center. Switch the legs that are crisscrossed, and then begin to fold forward. Working into the opposite hip now. Using your breath to find length. Slowly walking those fingertips back up to center, bringing both legs out, coming into a boat type of pose. And working into the spine, so we're going to exhale, round the spine, curl in, chin towards the chest. Inhale, open the chest, spread the heart. And exhale, round. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale out the mouth. Few more of these. Inhale forward. Exhale out the mouth. Keep going at your own pace. Using your breath to be your guide. And allowing yourself to go a little bit deeper on the exhale. Feeling the tension release in the low back, in the neck, in the shoulders. And coming center, bringing both of the feet together, continuing to open up the low back as well as the inner thighs, grabbing both hands with the right hand, right elbow coming into the right leg, left hand coming onto the left knee, and begin to open up the chest. Gaze is looking up, and you're slightly putting pressure with the left hand on the left knee. Feeling the lumbar spine opening up in the low back. And switch to the other side, grabbing the feet with the left hands. Left arm is coming into the left leg. Right arm, right hand, right leg, and open up. Coming back to center, keeping the right leg in. We're going to take the left leg out. Remove the flesh away from the sit bone so you can sit up nice and tall. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold over that left leg. This is the first time we're working into our hamstrings and our calves, so it's okay if you can't go too far. Even if your hands come to your shin or your knee, or if you need to bend that left knee, that's okay too. Just listening to your body as you warm up. If you want to hold the back of the foot, that's okay too. Just whatever feels good. Slowly making your way up. And keeping the right leg where it's at, we're going to take this left leg and hook it around, so you're kind of in a little bit of a pretzel, hugging the left leg into the chest, grabbing it with the right arm, left arm coming behind us for another deep version of a twist, really working into the left glute, and gaze over that left shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. Using your breath to breathe energy into where you're working, so right into that left sit bone area. Noticing where your mind begins to go, as we tend to store a lot of emotion and energy in the hips. And if you find your mind wandering at any point, bring it back to the breath. Giving yourself the opportunity to actually feel the sensations that are running through your body this morning. Releasing that leg, bringing it back out, and just shaking it out a little bit. And coming into the other side. Left leg's coming in, right leg is out. Remove the flesh away from the sit bone. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Taking inventory and noticing how this right side feels. One side is typically a little bit more tight than the other, and that's completely normal. I know for me, my right side typically is. And once again, making this a passive stretch. Allowing yourself just to fall forward, bending in that knee if you need to, if you did so on the other side. And just connecting with your breath. allowing gravity to do its thing. Slowly making your way back up, keeping the left leg where it's at. Let's hook over the right leg, hugging it in with the left hand now, bringing it into the chest, right arm's coming behind you, and gaze is over that right shoulder. You really want to aim to keep both of those sit bones on the ground and not so much just on the left, keeping them both rooted down, really allowing you to go deeper into the gluteus medius. Once again, bringing your awareness to your breath, watching the inhales come in and watching the inhales go out. Releasing the right leg back out to a straight position and just shaking out the leg, moving it around a little bit. And coming over into tabletop, so shifting our way forward, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And inhaling, drop the belly, gaze is up. Exhale, round the spine, gaze is in, chin coming in towards the chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, shifting it forward. And exhale back. Going through a few more with your own breath. Feeling the energy moving throughout your spine, activating into the synovial fluid. Last one, wherever you're at. And back to neutral. So taking this next posture either as a modification or as normal, I'm going to go through the advanced version of this to begin with. So what we're going to do is heels are going to touch in the back, knees are coming out wide, and if you can notice, my feet, all of them are tucked. So I'm actually on the bottom of my feet. We're stretching out the toes here. This is amazing to really get into the ligaments and tendons. And we're going to hold here. Option B, you're just going to come down and hold. Okay. So keeping those toes tucked or not tucked. Good. Arms are going to come up overhead. And exhale, we're going to come into a V. So bringing them wide. Inhale, we're going to raise up. Exhale, open the chest, squeeze it back. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze it back. Going a few times, moving with the breath. And exhale, squeeze it back. And twist left, right hand coming to the right thigh. Left hand coming to the right heel, looking behind. Only here for a quick second. And then gaze over the right shoulder, chin is staying down, feeling a deep stretch on the left side. Twist right, right hand coming to that left heel, left hand coming to the right quad. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Double helix, look left at that left shoulder, chin is staying down. And come into tabletop position. Relax the feet, shake it out a little bit, move those toes, move those ankles. Now keeping the hands planted down, we're going to kick back into a downward facing dog, slowly lifting the hips and pushing back into the palms. And begin to lift the left heel, plant the right, and then drop the left heel, lift the right. Going back and forth, walking out your dog. Pressing firmly into the palms. And eventually finding stillness. Doing your best to get those heels close to the ground, but if they don't get there, that's okay too. Gaze is looking forward towards the top of your hands and slowly walk the feet towards the top of the hands, coming up onto the finger pads to protect the wrists. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart, punching two fists in between, and begin to forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows here, neck is staying heavy, and sway side to side. Dropping both the arms, chin is coming in towards the chest, rooting down in the feet, and slowly making your way up all the way to standing. Inhale, arms up overhead. Right hand grabbing left wrist, inhale, reach, and exhale over to the right, putting tension in the left foot. Inhale, back center, grabbing opposite wrist, and exhale over to the left. Hands back center, and exhale it all the way down, interlacing the hands behind the back, tucking the pelvis under, and just holding here, drawing the chin towards the chest. And begin to bring the right ear over to the right shoulder. And left ear over to left shoulder. And back chin coming down, right ear to right. And left ear to left. Releasing the hand, shaking it out. Right arm coming across the body, hooking underneath the left. Palm is facing up. Gaze is over the right shoulder. Shaking it out and switching over to the opposite side. Relaxing both of them down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Gaze is at the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, hands to shins. Exhale, kicking the right foot back down, just holding here, hovering the hands and hovering the knee. Just begin to rock front and back. Feeling the hip flexor, feeling the inner thighs. And planting that right knee back down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands come to the left thigh and just pressing slightly forward, feeling a deep stretch into that right hip flexor. Breathing here. And kicking back into a runner's lunge, framing out that left foot. Toes are pointing the sky or ceiling. And making sure that your hips are squared, so really pulling that left hip back. Planting the left foot down, right palm is coming close to the left foot, kicking up the back knee. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale it back down, coming into a downward facing dog, kicking both legs back. Coming forward into a plank, bringing the knees down, chin down, chest down, and slowly coming all the way onto the belly and slightly rising with the chest, planting the hands down, elbows close to the body, gaze is looking down but slightly forward. And exhale it down. Arms are going to come out wide, keeping the elbows up. Slowly begin to lift the chest off the ground. Good. And back down. Keeping those elbows high. Last time, inhale, lift. And exhale it back down. Hands are going to plant. Coming back into child's pose just for a second to reset. Moving back into your downward facing dog, hips high. Shaking out the downward dog, coming back and forth. And this time, coming into, we're going to shift forward, but bringing the right leg in between the hands, slightly staying here, hovering over with that back knee, and begin to rock forward and back. And dropping that left leg down, inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to right hip. Begin to slightly move it forward, feeling a deep stretch into that left hip flexor. You could either keep your hands on your hips or on your thigh. And kicking it back into a runner's lunge, framing out the right foot, pulling that right hip back to keep everything squared. And slowly planting the hand down, picking up the back knee, inhale the right hand high. Gaze is over at that right thumb. Planting, framing out that foot, kicking it back into high plank. If you would like to take a full chaturanga here, you can, or you can come back into knees, chest, chin. If you want to move through the full vinyasa, you're going to slowly lower down, keeping those elbows in close to the body, and pull through on top of the feet, lifting the legs. And exhale, we're going to meet back down into child's pose. Resting the forehead down, bringing the arms forward, relaxing them, and tuning into how you feel in your body. tuning into how you feel with your mind. And tuning into how you feel with your heart. Coming on to our sit bones, coming into a crisscross position. Left leg is going to come on top of the right, working into the hips one last time. And sitting up nice and tall, you can apply light pressure if you would like to the top of the thigh. And sitting up nice and tall. Good, and switch the legs, just shifting them back. Opening up onto the opposite side. We really want to try to make our legs parallel as possible. This is called the fire log pose. It's one of my favorite. And sitting up tall, if you need the other hand to kind of keep that other sit bone down, you could use it as a little kickstand. And sitting up tall. And allowing that left or that right knee to sink a little bit deeper. Feeling the opening up in the hip flexor as well as the hip joint. Releasing both legs out to staff pose, so just bringing them both out straight, removing the flesh away from your sit bones. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Grabbing the shins, the knees, the feet, whatever feels good for one last full body stretch. And slowly making your way up. Awesome. Thank you for practicing with me this morning.